Spencer, a good start to the month. Your thoughts on the result today?
Thought we thoroughly deserved to win the game without hitting the heights we've had in previous weeks. A bit of a cliche that we scored early and started very brightly. Dropped off it a little bit. I think you should give Aylesbury United a bit of credit. They tried to play some football. Weren't massively happy at half time, but we'd had 4 or 5 good opportunities. I think they cleared one off the line from Cox's header, one good save from their keeper, and what have they had? They've had 2 sort of shots from just inside our penalty box. So, overall, I thought throughout the whole game my back 4 and goalkeeper were outstanding. And as a stats, we would turn around and say we've had probably 15 attempts on goal, possibly only 10, 11 on target, 4 or 5 on target, which is not good enough. But in the second half, with the exception of the one chance where we fell asleep, which we're indebted to Zaki for making a great save, he hasn't had an attempt to save. They've had some set pieces, and we should have wrapped the game up comfortably. We didn't pass the ball very well. We hoofed it away far too much for my liking, which is something that we've really got a lot better at in the last couple of months. And I thought it was helpful when Jamie went on, because we were forced to pass the ball more, because obviously without Cox's physical strength. So overall, I'd say it was an average-ish performance. We deserved to win the game. We got a clean sheet. As I said, my defensively, I thought we were outstanding, except for one moment. We thoroughly deserved to win the game, and they were a half-decent side. So we can't be great every week. But we look back as another 3 points, a clean sheet as we move forward towards the end of the month.
After a good start, couldn't quite get that second goal. What would you put that down to?
We didn't play very well. We didn't pass the ball very well. The quality, that's what we said at half time. Our quality levels were under par today. As I said, we can't be great every week. We're frustrated a bit today. I thought we were better in the second half. Give credit to John, my assistant. We discussed at half time about changing Cardini to the other side to stop their left back and getting on, and it worked very well. And we have to understand that teams that come here in the last few games of the season that have nothing to play for have got a great gun-ho attitude. They'll come to an amazing stadium like this and just have a go. And often, particularly in the first half, Aylesbury only had 3 defenders. The left back was playing as a left winger, and that overloaded. But as I said, they haven't really had any attempts on goal except for the one in the second half. And we've had plenty. We've got into great areas. We've got to the byline on many occasions, and the pullback wasn't quite right, or the run wasn't quite right. But we thoroughly deserved to win the game. As I said, it was half decent performance, I suppose. And you can't be too upset when you win at home without conceding a goal. And we just moved forward. But it was also a lesson to us that midfield and forwards-wise, generally, I have to give mention to Perry Coles, who I thought ran the defence well for man of the match. We didn't really do enough. We didn't work quite hard enough. And as I said, our quality wasn't quite there, our communication between each other. But we'll wake up in the morning and it was another win.
Attention's now turned to Tuesday's trip to Kempston Rovers. What are your thoughts heading into that game?
Well, we put Kempston and Barton both in the same category, really. They're 2 very long journeys. We're not massively happy about the game, Kempston's original game being called off, but they've got to win. But the key to us is that they're both playoff possible opponents. There will be a huge amount on the games for them, and they'll be very physical. I'm not sure the quality level will be that great, because so much means in for them. And we'd like to put a marker down. Ultimately, it doesn't really matter, because we're getting towards the end of the season. But I'd much rather be playing them at the end of the month, hopefully on the 1st of May, having beaten them. So there'll be 2 difficult games, 2 very difficult pitches. We're well aware of it. Barton are flying at the moment. They've strengthened massively. They've got some very, very good players. Kempston, slightly different. They're on a crest of a wave from last year. They've done incredibly well. They're very direct, and they'll want to punch up with us. And we need to make sure that on a long away journey that we're up for it. And it's difficult on a Tuesday night with players. We've got some knocks as well. We're not risking anybody. We didn't risk CJ today, but if it had been the playoff semi-finals today, CJ would have been available for selection. I thought Keith came back in again, minutes did well. Dennis has taken a whack, probably won't risk him. We've got to be realistic. We're going to finish second in this league. And we're probably going to have record points for finishing second and not getting promoted. So, you know, we've got to just focus on the right thing, and the right thing is to try and win the playoffs, which is, people keep reminding me, is a difficult ask, because regularly teams finish second and by a lot of distance and don't get promoted. So ultimately, everything goes towards the end of the month. But of course, I'd much rather play those teams, you know, having played well and hopefully beaten them on their own turf, so that when they come to us in 4 weeks' time, you know, we've got a bit of a marker on them. So tough challenges. We're looking forward to it, of course. You know, we've got a great bunch at the moment. The attitude is fantastic. The training banter is superb. As I said, we haven't played particularly well today, and we know we'll have to be a lot better in these next 2 games, because it means an awful lot to those 2 teams. And we'll embrace it and go on.
Yeah, well done today, Spencer.
Thanks a lot, Dom. Cheers, guys. Thank you.